Hey, see here. I've been trying to fix my audio quality, so I hope it sounds better now. Today or probably tomorrow, a free Fischl will come home to your party. So I want to share some things about her and why she is worth the slot in your party. She is my first 4-star and has always been in my party since day 1. But it isn't always that way. The first time I used her in trial, honestly I thought that she was kinda bad. Auto attack with bow fails to stagger the enemies, and Oz has a really long cooldown. Not to mention that her elemental burst is hard to pilot. However, I'm shocked when I know that she ranks that high on the tier list. I know that tier list sucks bad. We all see when Shin Q was in C tier and suddenly raised up to S tier DPS support when someone was able to showcase his kit. Nevertheless, since this is a PvE game and there is no nerf to character kit, when Fischl actually ranks that high on the tier list, I know that I am the one who is doing something wrong. So let me help you break down her kit from all my personal testing. Fischl is an Electro Bow user who can summon her Raven Oz to help on the battlefield. She has a 5-hit normal bow attack with a long animation delay on her last hit, which can be easily cancelled with jump, dash, or aim shot. I have seen a lot of clips on Fischl being the main DPS with Rust or Compound Bow who can carry with more than 2000 damage per hit on normal attack, especially if you got her on C1. However, personally I think that she is named as one of the best support DPS in the game for some really good reasons. First, Oz. This Raven Translator basically allows her to deal more than 80% of her DPS off-field. Oz has a 10-second duration with 25 cooldown, but this can be prolonged with Fischl Elemental Burst, which has a 15-second cooldown. If you can get her to full energy every 15 seconds, then Oz can maintain 20 seconds uptime duration on the field, which is probably isn't that hard if you have a second Electro in the team. When on the field, Oz deals 10 hit single target damage, which amount to around 180% multiplier on level 1 if you can get a full hit on the enemy, making her an amazing DPS support against single target boss. As a bonus, his attack also has aimbot to deal with agile enemies. If you use characters that often apply elements like Hydro or Pyro on the enemies, Oz's presence on the field will also help trigger electric elemental reaction for extra damage. This combined with Fischl passive Lightning Smite, which apply extra damage on every reaction. In addition, both Oz's attack and Lightning Smite can score a critical hit. Second, Lightning Smite. Fischl passive Lightning Smite works when an electric-related elemental reaction is triggered while Oz is on the field. This passive works even if Oz isn't the one triggering the reaction. Basically, meaning that if Oz apply an Electro on the enemy and you hit it with Pyro, triggering overload, then Lightning Smite will still deal extra damage. Now, surprise surprise for those who yet know, Lightning Smite also works with Swirl and Crystallization. Basically means that Crystallization reaction with Oz will deal extra damage, while Swirl will trigger an extra electro damage. And since Lightning Smite damage comes second, it will also reapply an electro element again to the enemy. The third, Energy Gain. Energy gain management is one of the things that you need to learn if you want to become a good player. It's pretty simple, but often mess up if you panic. If you want to know more about this topic, just let me know in the comments. Now, remember how I said that Oz has a 10-hit single target damage? All of the hit actually bring back 1 electro energy particle. On average, I usually get around 7 electro energy particles in the 10-second summoning duration. Combined with the burst to extend Oz duration, this means around 14 electro particles or 33 energy for Fischl in the party in 20 seconds. For comparison, another amazing DPS support is Xiangling. Guoba hit a maximum of 4 times and gave back 4 pyro particle energies. While her elemental burst damage is amazing, it doesn't refund any energy back, thus needing her to run energy recharge as a DPS support to maximize her DPS. This is not the case with Fischl. You see, elemental bursts often use energy, and there are only some characters who can refund back energy from it. From what I know, for now this includes Fischl, Fenty, Jean, Child, and Diona C1. This means that Fischl is amazingly good in an elemental burst spam electro team. And even as a solo electro support in the team, this allows Fischl to get back her elemental burst fairly quickly and also supply energy for the whole team while being off-field. The three things that make her really great as a support DPS are 1. Off-field OS DPS, 2. Electro reaction with Lightning Smite, 3. Off-field energy gain. To conclude, you would probably want Fischl on your team if you fell in love with her character, your team main DPS, especially Electro main DPS, often doesn't have enough energy to use elemental burst after its cooldown is over. Your team is lacking in DPS against big boss monster. Your team lacks Electro DPS for Domain and Abyss. You love popping elemental reaction everywhere. You run a Geo or Anemo team and need an extra DPS. As support DPS, Fischl is really good even at C0. Her values rise slightly at C3 with OS increased damage, and at C6, she is basically a 5-star support. So don't forget to get your free Fischl. I will make another video testing regarding her equipment and teammates. So if you like this kind of content, help me like the video and don't forget to subscribe. See ya and have a great day.